1 second.
Okay.
We're doing hacker stuff.
Okay.
Okay, thumbs up back there.
All right, if we're good to go, then I will just have Sean start this off then.
Okay.
Woo! Sean Pavey.
This is from a book that OAC put out with me and Damien Rucci and Nathaniel Stolte and Jason Baldinger.
Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome. Anyway, many of these poems were written while I was in residence here, so this one was not. It's called Charles Bukowski is Dead. Follow along, stay with me. Charles Bukowski is dead. We should keep him there, dead, where his bones lie draped in a moldering suit. The drinking and the poems about drinking are not new, not to me, not to you. The rawness there, the open wound, the lovers and the unloved and the violent, let them stay in the ground. Let them stay in the ground with the moldering suit. We talked about this. Find a new place to walk that isn't Los Angeles. Find a new bar that isn't Los Angeles. Find a new city that isn't Los Angeles. It's time. You know it's time. This is a poem that's not really a poem. It's a collection of carefully curated search result headlines called Worst Superhero Ever, a Found Poem. Florida man fatally shoots son-in-law who is trying to surprise him for his birthday. Florida man parks smart car in kitchen so it won't blow away. Florida man takes golf cart on wild ride through Walmart. Florida man arrested for threatening to shoot up Walmart after El Paso massacre. Florida man caught exposing himself in Walmart's pillow aisle. Florida man arrested, caught on video, using samurai sword to fight over wheelbarrow. Florida man who didn't flush toilet threatened a griping friend with a machete. Florida man threatens to kill man with kindness, uses machete named kindness. Florida man doesn't get straw, attacks McDonald's employee. Florida man intentionally drove Ferrari 360 into ocean at top speed, says Jesus told him to. Florida man killed ex-girlfriend while trying to get rid of the devil. Florida man shooting at target in backyard, hits neighbor sitting at dining room table. Florida man denies syringes found in rectum are his. Florida man accused of burning son to teach him a lesson about fire. Florida man allegedly fooled family into believing murdered wife was still alive. Florida man beat, pepper sprayed mom because she was a narcissist. Florida man finds a World War II grenade, places it in his truck, drives to Taco Bell. Florida man learns hard way he stole laxatives, not opioids. Florida man spent weeks in jail for heroin that was actually detergent. Florida man accused of robbing Chinese restaurant at finger point. Florida man thought he'd do donuts on the airport runway. Florida man dances through DUI sobriety test. Florida man caught on camera licking doorbell. Thanks.
That was beautifully awesome.
Were those all actual, for real headlines?
Yes.
I figured they were.
Yeah. It's a lot happening in Florida.
Yeah.
Man, Florida is a happening place.
It's true.
I feel like they're just good at documenting, you know what I mean?
I never want to go there again now.
I'm just scared of lizards.
All
I'm
right.
having the opposite reaction. Take me to Florida. I want to learn a lesson about fire.
Wouldn't mind learning that. But. All right. So with that, we're gonna bring up Ken Gerke. Ken. Woo!
Thank you. And I enjoyed both my readers. Yes, the eclipse. I went to the eclipse. I drove down to the Cape. Sat in the traffic jam both ways.
I was saying we stuck in like 4 hours in traffic.
Yeah, we're gonna make it 5.5. In fact, on the way back, maps said, hey, go this way and save 15 minutes, which it had done on the way down, so I thought I was going to parallel I-55. Took me through the Ozarks.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you got stuck up on Myers Road for a while. That's in East Missouri, but yeah.
See, I have friends who drove from Atlanta, Georgia to be where you were.
Yeah.
Like, they're freaking insane.
Wow, I guess so. So, I bought a postcard in Cape Girardeau with the eclipse on it, and I mailed it to my son. And because he lives in Buffalo, one lives in Cleveland. He drove to Cleveland because Buffalo was having lousy weather, so he could see the eclipse. I didn't know that at the time, so I sent this postcard to him. Wish you were here. In Cape Girardeau. Well, we were there in Buffalo, gazing skyward, eyes shielded, camera lens filtered. But an eclipse is an eclipse, and we'll see it 12 minutes before you. So that was it. Woo! Okay. The cedar towers over my yard, trimmed high over my head with branches that hang low as they brush my hair, teasing my thoughts, reminding me that the evergreens I knew, pines that retain their color regardless of season, are in minority here. More to the point, cedar, never vibrant in color, even against the rare occurrence of snow, another reminder that I'm not among lakes that are greater than any found here, take on a brown hue, offering no contrast to the typical bare hickory and oak. Give me the branches of maples along the Niagara. The pines that stand beside them remind them they will know green again at winter's end. So yeah, Mr. Davis. Thank you. This is a haiku sequence. Raindrop syncopation. Impromptu, underlying bass from thunder. Random wail as a wind whistles, punctuates. Tree branches sway, washboard staccato, gutter beat. Overflowed, each raindrop succinct in puddle. Reflection in syncopation, lightning arcs. Being from Buffalo, we heard a lot of Canadian music, specifically Rush, so Rush all the time. And from the song Roll the Bones, we go out in the world and take our chances. Yeah. But one of the key lines is, why does it happen? Because it happens. Roll the Bones. So. Back in New York, on River Road, Niagara River beside me. Every time I drive this stretch, I get a rush, thinking about that day 45 years ago. Accelerating from 45, I approached the light where the speed limit changed to 55, when a car pulled out and stopped. My path blocked. Random interaction leads to action, reaction. Even at 73 feet per second, I didn't need math to tell me I had 2 seconds to react. No time to ask, why me? I swerved hard left, then hard right. Back into my lane. My front wheel danced in a slow-mo at 50 miles per hour. My bike took forever to slide to its side. I hit the pavement in time with the handlebars. Head first, headlight first, my wheels still spinning, and a highway passing below me, going nowhere. Helmet destroyed in road rash, but no broken bones. I still let the EMTs give me a ride. Minor scratches on the bike, but it went on a hook to an impound lot. I drove it home the next day. Bought a bigger one the next year and rolled on. 12 years later, I'm safe behind the wheel, and Geddy Lee comes on the radio and tells me, it happened because it happened. Roll the bones. I'm going to read two quick ones from Glass of Wash, my book, and yes, Beach Glass. And I'm going to start on page 27 with Desire for Genius. Towering like a darkened flame, a cypress bridges earth to sky. A chaotic whirl of stars, brilliant only in the dark of night, struggles to rival the moon's crescent. Windowed lights offer comfort to those within, relief from encroaching darkness. Brushstrokes beckon the eye. Follow Vincent's lead, a master's inspiration. If my pen followed his brush, would lines lead to the brilliance of darkness or that of light? And I've been ringing in my ears since the early 90s, inner ear infection, and it's nonstop. So that's what this is about. Or maybe it's about something else. Tinnitus. The hiss of breaking foam, the last trace of a receding wave. The scale of monotones at the bottom of a trough offer no horizon. Drowning in the crashing of the next wave and the next. No walk along sandy shores, the feeling of lapping waves. Oppression, testing resilience, fighting to rise above the undertow. That's all in my head.
Like I said, I don't normally read here, which everyone kind of knows, but I'm going to read two poems. One that I wrote for my friend Nate Larson, who was a resident here last year. Who's a wonderful, wonderful person. Okay.
The dryer's still working.
Yeah, I know. He did a great job. Better than any of us. But I want to thank both Jack White and Chet Weiss for this book, which just came in the mail. It's called Pie First.
Congratulations, Sean.
All right. It's a poem that I wrote for Nate, who, when I was still going through radiation treatment last summer, he would tell me stories about his daughter who died at like 3 weeks old. And when I got to know him, it was Father's Day, so that was really a hard time for him. And so he played for me like this death mix he had made to get through his daughter's death. And it was one of the strangest, most depressing times that I've gone through, but I think I needed to do it. And this is for him. It's called 1,000 Words. As we drive through the hills, stopping every few miles, so you can snap photos, you talk about your daughter, about how Father's Day always hits you hard. You play a mix you made to help work through the pain, but you'll never forget she's gone. There are 1,000 different words for moments like this, but I am speechless, and there's nothing Elliott Smith can offer that will help you sleep through the night. For half a second, I nearly mentioned how Alice Cooper had a song about dead babies that my aunt used to dance to in her underwear. But then a hawk glides over the trees, like a spirit watching over you, and you pause, smiling, as you reach for your camera. Nate and I are working on a big collaborative project right now. But in honor of Edie being here, I want to read this poem that's about a poet from Detroit who died about 28 years ago, who I think is fucking outstanding. It's just called Poem for Jim Gustafson. Detroit just sits there, its heart exposed like a dirty river with sweaty hands, a hummingbird with one wing that can't remember where home is, a loaded pistol hidden in the glove compartment between road maps and promises that gets tossed into the water It tries to lure Rosa Parks into the future with black and white memories of injustice, with blood and rust, with factories, with their silent whistles of hope, its babies crying, Coney Island sauce running down their cheeks. It's late on the rent again and is out of excuses for its empty smokestacks. And it certainly can't afford the milk on Trumbull. Jim, this is a heavy city. This that can't pay for its own headstone. But it has to steal the songs of the dead from lighter hearts like yours and leave the remains in a nearby Toledo boneyard where someone will find them looking out of a bus window at a future that has run out of gas. The alleys are as you left them. The cars just sitting there in the middle of the night, their engines reduced to bones, while your poems fill the potholes as they quietly wait to catch fire in the street. I will be reading from this book in Nashville at some point. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, I'd like to just thank everyone for being here today. If anyone sees Jason Reedberg, you hit him upside the head for me. Just thank you guys. I know it's a distance to come, and I know there aren't a huge amount of people here, so I'm very grateful for you. And thank everybody that read today. Thank you, Mark and Tony, for allowing us to use this space. I love it here. All right, guys, thank you so much. We will be here again on the 11th of this month, which is next Saturday. We normally don't do things like 6 days apart, but Tim Tarkelly will be here with a group of students from Chinook, Kansas High School. So I'm excited about that, and hopefully we get a fair amount of people to come to that. I know John Freeland will be here next week. He was really apologetic about not being here today. So.
And it's at 6 o'clock on Saturday, right?
What's that?
It's at 6 o'clock on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay.
The only reason this was 4 o'clock is because today is Sunday, and people in Bell go to church. They have to get to work the next day, so I figured, well, I'll try this a little earlier. But it's hard to get people to go from Saturdays to Sundays and have them remember, although I reached out to some people. So.
Thank you, Jim.
Yeah. You know, when in doubt, unless it's like a special thing where it came together the last minute, it's always 6.